you too. I think I finally got it right. I hit a couple wrong bugs. So, take it away, y'all. I'm so excited for this.
All right, man. So, one, I've enjoyed listening to you play. When John said, "Oh, you got to check this guy out," and he let me hear, I'm like, dude, this is good. This is good stuff, man.
Thank you.
So here's what I'm going to ask you. You going to play the Grand Overture for me? Is that what you're doing? Is the Giuliani Grand Overture?
I'm sorry. Can you please repeat, because it was open in the stream on the YouTube and it's kind of mixed.
That's all right. All right, so you're going to be
Yes.
playing the Grand Overture?
Oh yes.
Okay. What I'd like you to do, if you don't mind, is can you lower your camera a little bit?
Sure, of course.
I'd love to see your beautiful face, but I'll see it when we're doing the lesson, just so I can watch your hands.
Oh yeah, my guitar is more beautiful than my face. Sure.
I feel the same way. We got a lot in common. Why do you think I keep growing this? So yeah, just you go ahead and play. I'm not going to stop you. We'll get all the way through, and then we'll find out what it is that you're looking for, and then what I can do to help you get there.
Okay, thank you. So, can you hear my guitar?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm gonna tune it up because it's
Excellent.
a little bit.
Where I am in the upper northeast of the United States, it's cold and humid, and my guitar hates it. So being in tune is impossible here.
I'm living like 150 meters near the ocean, near the Atlantic Ocean in Spain. So it's also kind of...
It's different.
Yeah. More or less. All right.
All right, John, you got to have like a clap machine so that you can more than just us. You know, you need to like hear the whole crowd and like push the button.
Of course. Well, I'm just gonna, open my camera.
That was good, man.
Dude, amazing. Yeah.
That was really good.
I'll hide again. Yeah.
No, that's cool. You can stick around. It's fine. Dude, you really have a lot of the characters like very well established through the whole thing. So what I want to talk to you about is going to be in two different dimensions in different sections. Okay, some are going to be mechanical, and you have to decide if the things I'm talking to you about fit with the character that you are trying to communicate. Okay, some of them I think will enhance the character that you already have, and then there are other areas where we need to sprinkle Miracle Grow on that character, where it's like you're almost right there, it's just not over the top enough. You know, because what's the title of the piece?
Grande, Ouverture.
So we need like more grand, right? Like 100,000 grand overture. We need, so that there are areas where it's like, man, you're right there, and then maybe it backs off a little bit, or little things that as the player we might not be aware of, or as the interpreter we might have a really good idea and the idea is clear, but to communicate that idea we have to project it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when we use that word of projection, a lot of times we just think louder. We got to be louder. But when I think of projection, I'm thinking of like a movie on the screen, right? Or think of the opera singer, like from 100 feet away, oh my God, they look like the character. And then you get right up to them and they look like Robert Smith from The Cure. Their makeup's real thick, and or they look like The Crow or something where their makeup's big and really almost comical when you're standing right up next to them. But again, 100 feet away, all those big, thick black lines, they project the image that they want. And musically, we kind of have to do the same. So we might have to go a little further, meaning our retardandos might need to be larger. We might need to set up the louder dynamic more rather than just kind of go zoom into it. We may need to prepare the listener for what we're about to do, okay? Mm-hmm. And two of the things I'm going to throw at you, you may not have ever done. We'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. So right from the beginning, there's something really special that you're doing. So when you start, measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're now. It's like things have loosened up. Do, re, do, re, do, do, re, 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 mi. Like you gotta build that half step line. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dee. You're not playing it straight, right? You're taking time. Great. Yeah. Well, what about the first four measures, man? The first four measures, you were going like bum, bum, ba bum. Dude, I would say that like this part, this is the like right off the bat, we want to make sure. I hope I don't clip because that mic is like right here. But instead of just a quick strum, like draw that sucker out. Wait. Wait. And then do exactly what you did. Do that much. Now, you're in an advantage. I have not played this in like 25 years. So you should be able to smoke me at this. So it's your turn. Go.
I mean, you...
Relax, man. You're cool. Just go for it.
You're playing the guitar more than I live on this planet. So, I mean, that is where you have the advantage.
Yes, but there does come a point when I get diminishing returns. Okay. So go ahead, give it a shot. Think about just the first two measures as this big opening statement, full orchestra. Because that's what you're on that, man. There's orchestration going on when I'm listening to you play. Now we got to hear the whole orchestra. I want a conductor with big floppy hair going yum bum bum bum, like really bombastic. Give it a
I
shot.
will try to do Gustavo Dudamel.
Yeah, there you go. Make that chord even punchier than the first chord. So take more time. So if your first one goes, right? Think about the whole orchestra. And then this one, right? So you have, stay loud. It doesn't say go to pianissimo, so you don't have to go to the floor, right? Bum, ba-bum. Off. As if there's a fermata on that rest. Mm-hmm. Right? Try it. Big rest. Now start. Big punch. Big rest. Now do exactly what you did. Start moving forward. Ba-bum. Ba-bum. And now you're in the time that you want to be. Yeah. Cool. Now, I don't know if you hate that. But to me, what's happening now is immediately upon arrival, the very first thing that you've done is establish how far you're willing to go expressively with this piece. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. And now it's going to be like all the differences start becoming naturally contrasting because there's a certain freedom. It's like we've got an introduction inside an introduction inside an introduction inside a sonata that is an overture. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? So now you got the introduction to the introduction. Mm-hmm. Okay, now starts the build-up. Cool?
From the
yeah. Okay, now here's the thing I don't know. This is very, very normal. I don't know if you've ever tried this, okay? What I hear in your orchestration, you got low strings. Flutes, violins, your call. Whatever you want. Like, I don't know how you hear that. But I want you to listen carefully to what... I'm going to play what you played, okay? Now listen to what I'm going to play. Do you hear the difference?
Oh, yeah. So it's not like this dynamic range. It's a little bit... like
well, I still have further to go, but listen to the bass line. I'm going to do it the first way. Okay. Now listen to it. You stay spiccato the whole time. Yeah. That is a pain in the neck, right? But for me, it was worth it, like, because now you get. Introduction's over. Do you see how that spiccato bass just keeps driving home and it doesn't move?
Oh, yeah.
Try it. It's a real pain in the neck, man. Just try that, like... It's my job to make you sound bad. That's the whole point. Right? So you have short.
No.
Great.
No.
You got it. No, you got the thumb. You got the thumb. But now everything was short, so you want this top, right? So here's how you should practice it. I mean, super slow, man, like this. Don't even worry about your rhythm. It's all about long on the top, short on the bottom. You got it. That's it. Yeah. And now you just got to do that all the time.
Oh, I should.
You got it. Now, what was cool is there you had 3 articulations. That was awesome. Like, I never thought about that. You did legato. This one, staccatissimo, and this one, spiccato. That was awesome, dude. Right? I think that was great. So you had that. You had this really short, this sort of short, and this long. I'm stealing that. If I ever play this again, I'm stealing that from you.
Okay, okay.
I just never thought about it.
It's
Right?
like a 4-dimensional right now.
Well, right. So now all of a sudden, let's keep going. Yeah.
No. A little bit slower, right?
Yeah. Control your articulation. That's it. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Short, short, short. Bump, bump, bump. Everything in that bass line is short. You got it.
Damn.
Start slowing down. Slow down more. It's the end of the whole piece. Surprise, it's not the end of the whole piece. Go. Right. That's how you do it, man. Say, now, please don't go that fast. I can't keep up with you if you do that. So that right there to me, what you do is now you've created the independence of all of these different sections of the orchestra through their articulation and somewhat their color, right? Mm-hmm. The color kind of comes along with the package a little bit, right? So if you wanted to go more flesh on the thumb, you get a little bit more of a pizzicato string section rather than spiccato, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're thinking boom, 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 or you think of jump, 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 your call. I don't think there's a right or wrong way, but I'll tell you that level of independent control with a thumb articulation, and there are a few other spots, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate my guts. I'm not sure which. I'm really glad you're where you are and not where I am, so you can't punch me in the face. But it's going to take what you're doing to another level of clarity in your expression. The question that you have to ask is, do you like it? And that's something that after any master class, you know, someone presents it and it's either like, oh, that's so awesome, or maybe.
No, actually, that is the thing I was avoiding the whole time. I played this piece like 5 years, dumped it a few times, and so recently recovered it. But still, I was like...
You fell off the Giuliani bandwagon.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, I will leave this for something, some later. And I mean, yeah, that is exactly what I wanted. And I actually couldn't decide do I do this like spiccato thing, or do I leave it all like this?
You can. You can.
But this is much more like leaving it more spiccato. It's like more dimensional for me, actually.
I think so.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah,
And I won't lie, man. I listened when I heard Pepe play this. That I was like, that's what I want. What the hell is he doing? And then when I realized, oh my God, what is his thumb? How is he doing that? Because it's about to get worse. Right? Now, as we move on, and I think that as the introduction now, you've now prepared your audience. You hopefully like floored them a little bit with how big things are, and not just how loud, but with the space that you're using now and the contrast that's been created. You've prepared them to go on the carpet ride. You know, like we're about to go on a trip now, and we're ready to go. The Allegro Maestoso, I think you're doing great. I don't really have a whole lot to say about the theme, except when we do the faster, like the little scale blips, what happens to the dynamic shape is it kind of flattens out a little bit compared to what you did before. It's not flat. It's just not as rise and fall. So when you're doing... That's your high point. So that whole thing has to like dynamic. It's not super big, but it does have to expand on the way to the top. And then bigger. Right? So what I do is just slow it down and so that you've got a little bit more dynamic shape. Because when you sing it, I guarantee you when you sing it, you don't go I know. I heard you singing earlier, and I know you're going right. So just do that. So
this idea, I actually took from David Russell's recording. If you listen to that, he doing a little bit ritenuto, a little bit, and he doing actually like the opposite to Logic, because normally we're doing like the high, ascending scales, like it's like more. Crescendo, so the dynamics are rising. So on it's go descending, we do lower dynamics, right? And I expected that from his recording. And then recently I was just, what the hell are you doing, man? Just how it's possible? But somehow it works. Maybe I got something.
I'll tell you why. So what he's doing there is he's bringing the whole thing down because it's the 4 chord. So he just chills it out. But what he's doing is now making the 5 this bigger. Right. So what he did is he dropped down. There's still a shape there. So that you hear a little bit more of an overall crescendo. And that's cool too. But either way. Personally, I like because it's only the single voice. So there's a little bit more to it, but that's a little bit more player's choice. Right? But this is where you really need to pop it. Right? So give it a shot. Yeah. Now don't do it with a tenuto.
Oh yeah.
Just do it with dynamics. There you go. Yes. That way what I heard is the harmonic intensity of right. So now you're communicating a lot of the harmonic tension through the scale. That's great. Next thing. Do you want to hear this? Or do you want to hear this?
Here it is the same thing I was avoiding the whole 5 years.
All I'm doing is really... Right? daga 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 dum. Instead of be da ba da ba da bum, be da 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 dum, I'm thinking of daga 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 dum. So I'm making sure that the finger plants right away.
So how do I like do this? I mean, you mean, so do I play this more open sound air and so okay, so
Yeah.
like this, okay.
Because now when you go at the speed that you go, that sounds like yum daga 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 dum. It gets a little blurry.
Yeah.
So if the notes, if the half steps linger or taper too much, they get blurry.
Yeah.
And based on the energy that you're playing with, I think if you really tighten it up and don't let them bleed together.
Yeah, especially on the lower strings, minor second. Yeah, that's
So you give it a try. Everything else is the same though. So because again, what happens is we're getting that ya da da dee in the top. So in the bottom, I'm thinking, how does that contrast to the top? Bugga 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 bum 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 daga 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 dum bum bum bum, and that's what I'm trying to keep going. Bum ba da 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 dum bum 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 ba da 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 dum bum 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 ba daga 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 dum bum 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 bum. Yeah.
So is it okay if I do it like with P and M?
Yeah, you could. I'm doing P and I. You do P and M. You could even do PM, PI, PM. You could do MPI, PMPI, or yeah, sure.
So I wanted to also to ask. So you see, before the 8th A bass starts, I do this, da, 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 and do like a little bit this to make
Oh,
this
sure.
A. Is it possible?
Sure.
Yeah, is it okay?
Yeah. Your thumb just has to be real quick, right? Yeah, be careful. You'll get like a Baroque cross-string trill.
Oh, yeah.
You know. I think it goes so quick if you end up doing it with I, but then switch. I don't think anybody would miss it. Right? It's still kind of... It's still so close. I dig in a little bit more with my I finger to kind of fake out the listener. So I want this. Instead I give them this.
Yeah, so you're like pushing more into the top.
Yep, so a little bit more pop on that last one. Yeah. I brighten the sound a little bit so that I can get nice and kind of cozy up here. Not Ponticello, just bright brassier. Right? And then that way you just keep going. So now when you get to the top, stay loud. So that each one of those gets a little louder. So and that's your high point dynamically. Oh God, sorry. I feel like I just started a car I haven't started in 30 years, and it's like. Right?
No.
So you got that bum 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 ba da da dum bum 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 ba. All right. That's soft. So that it's always back. Dugga 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 dum. Ba da da dum. Dugga 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 dum. So the only thing really in here, the two questions that I have for you is just one: do you want that dugga 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 dum? Or do you want bada 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 bum? And just decide, do you want them on the longer side or the shorter side? But we don't want them to be blurry. Mm-hmm. Right? So it shouldn't sound like la 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 la.
So how do I configure this as a like equal response to the high voice or the like just the bass?
No, just a conversation.
Okay.
So if I'm going ya, Bugga 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 bum ba da da dum. Bugga 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 bum be da da dum. Bugga 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 bum.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And so you've always got those, think about the low strings, even low brass if you want, or just go dugga 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 dum. Right? Dugga 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 dum bum 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 dugga 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 dum bum bum bum. And because you already have done so much orchestration in your mind with this piece, it's just now being thorough. If there's any little spot that hasn't had that kind of attention, or like you said, I knew I could do that, I just didn't decide, that kind of thing, right? And so I hate to do a speed run through the piece because we could probably spend, and not because you played it so well, we could probably easily do 3 hours just on this sucker really diving in, but I can't right now. But we could certainly continue. So as you get through that, just kind of keep going. Man, your chromatic octaves are awesome. They're great.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, I have nothing to... That was awesome. Bugga 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 bum. But now... Is it this? Or is it... What do you want to hear? Because right now I'm hearing the whole thing.
So, firstly, I did this. So when I played it in college, I did this. The hell is it? So it was kind of, this like dun 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 dun. So
Yeah.
Maybe more of this, like, so a little bit like scherzoso
Yeah.
or this thing. But now I started to hear more harmonies, and so it's so, and I don't know, it confuses me. It's
Why?
just, I thought if I go like with a more legato and more like light version of it, it still will make me so this idea and also will add a harmonic. So I decided it like this way.
So for me, what you're doing, I want to hear more contrast. You got these, these are tight, dude. They're super legato. That's great. Well, you have to play them staccato, but they're so connected. They don't sound like taka 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 da. They sound like bada 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 bum. At any speed, all those short notes are really close together, and if they're done very well, they sound legato, right? I practice it like, but when you play them that fast, there's like no space between them. So stay long. So my point is that you can do both. You can still have and you can have because you're kind of doing a little swell crescendo on do them both.
Okay.
Do it all. Nice. Now, here's the thing about the color choice.
Oh yeah.
If you get dark there, okay. Right? So if anything, just go normal. So if you've got this, if you go too far, you hear the clarity gets lost. Versus, so you do here, and you have a different color. If you go too far,
oh yeah,
you hear it loses something. And trust me, don't give it away. You're going to use that color in about 10 seconds. Right?
Yes, exactly.
And so now what you're doing is provide the orchestra is not done yet. You haven't changed the mood, right? We're just starting to build. Now, if you want to start changing the mood here because you're getting tense, you can. Brian? Oh, I haven't done that in a long time. Here it's really light. Right? So go ahead and start that section, but this is bump, 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 bump. That's the orchestra just answering back. Your solo violin going jugga 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 jump. Bum 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 jugga 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 jump. Bum 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 jugga 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 jump. Bum 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 bum. They're just answering you back, so don't make it too obscured.
Obscurity is sorry.
Like imagine looking through frosted glass.
Okay.
How you can kind of see things, but they lack definition. They're obscure. They're
Okay.
unclear.
Okay, got it.
Give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Whew.
No, man, there's a lot of stuff here, and we're just on page 2.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome.
No. Damn. No. I'm talking a bit slowly.
That. Bum, bum, bum. Yes. Yeah. Stop. Good, man. That was it. I think you nailed it right off the bat. You might decide, do I want more nail or more flesh in the bass? That's up to you. You know,
Right
they're
now,
your
I
colors.
did a really stupid thing.
Yeah.
I 2 days before this lesson, I
You changed
just,
fingerings?
No,
Oh, you should file your nails down.
I tried to experiment with my nails, and like that goes so wrong.
Yeah.
So now I'm playing more with my flesh.
Well, I'll tell you, I about 2 months ago, I haven't used acrylics in years, unless I broke one. But I never super glued it on there. I used these glue dots. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the jump. I glued them on there. And man, they sounded great. I loved them. But I record these videos for Aaron Green on different guitars, right? The whatever vintage instruments he comes in. Man, they sound awesome. They're going great. I bumped into this Hernandez Iaguado, and there was nothing I could do to make that guitar sound good. And it's a great guitar. It was these. So I took them off. I waited a week or two. I had enough nail to play with. But man, what was left with that super glue was just like a rough road. It was real bad.
Oof.
And right now, I got about half a good nail under here. And these aren't permanent. I mean, that's the nice thing. I can just take them off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just pulled that off. It'll stay on well enough for me, like teach a lesson. If I play a concert, I'm going to put a new glue dot on there. But what's left is it's soft because it's been under here, but half my nail is grown back, and the other half I can still play with, right? It's a little thin still because of all that super glue garbage that was on there. And I just couldn't do it, man. It was like, if it was just me and my guitar, fine. But because I'm recording those videos every month, I'm like, okay, no, I can't do this. I can't. I got to go back to real nails. So it's going to take a little while. So I'm just using these in the interim. But I feel your pain. I know how it goes. So, you grow the thumbnail out. You decide if that's what you want to do. Everything else that you're doing is great, man. When you went to the march... perfect. I got nothing to say. It was awesome. Watch out for that C. Right? So if we have... You want to hear da 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 brum. I heard one funky note in there. Can you start that last? That's it. Yeah. That's what you want. That's it. Good. Now, when you're damping, I'm using my left hand to get the notes I can't. So all I'm doing is releasing the pressure. Here, I can use the right hand. But here I can't. So I gotta just release the third finger when you go to the E.
Okay.
That way I don't have that ringing under all of it. So your third finger is just going to release the tension when you play the E octaves. That's it. And then you put it right back down. We don't need them all to not ring, just those little few. Oops. And then this section was awesome. Now,
is it okay? I did like so the first one.
Oh yeah. I thought that was cool.
So
I was waiting for something like this.
Oh.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to hear that. Yeah, right. No, I thought that was really cool. I didn't do that, but I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
I think
so
it has the character, March character.
I don't know if we have time for the opera section.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So now, when you start this, awesome. Again, you got the vibe. Most players don't do this. And that's what I love about your playing. You don't play the bass note short. Let it ring a little. Bum. You don't have to let it bleed in, but don't make it staccato. Right?
Yeah, okay.
That the character, it's like there's this like right? But if you're going, you're starting this bel canto thing, right? Just a little longer. Now, I got to look at the music. I haven't played this in a long time. How's it go? Everything you're doing, this is awesome. I just play that B a little longer. That's it. Just don't play it staccato.
Okay.
Same thing here. Let it ring just a little. Bo-da-dee-dee, off. Bo-da-da-dee, off. Bo-da-da-bum. Yeah. Bo-da-dee-bum, bo-da-da-dee-dum, bo-da-dee-dum. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go under the go underneath. But if we make it a 16th, bo-da-dee-do-da-dee-dum, the character's not solid. Mm-hmm. But you've got that. Oh, come on. Where? I love what you're doing. I got nothing to say. It's all great.
Okay.
It's just like if you have a note that's too short, when what you're trying to do is this. Think of the bows. Yo-da-dee-dum, bo-da-dee-dum.
Yeah.
And this is.
Here is, like, I like to call it the total schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Because it's like the three voices and the one single guitar. And
All right.
I love this, yeah.
Do you remember that thumb thing I showed you on the first page?
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember how I told you you're either going to love this or hate me? During the arpeggio.
Yep. Wait. No!
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So here's how it works. Yeah. So instead of what you're doing is you've been doing a great sequential preparation where you're putting your finger down one note ahead and it sounds awesome. Okay. Here I use two different types of preparation. Okay. Right? All right. Now I ain't done this in a while, so let me see if I can get into this. You hear how clear that bass is versus the sequential. That's sequential. So I'm going M, I, P, M, I, P, M. What I'm doing is this. So that thumb comes right back.
So you kind of like lay on this thumb.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
So long.
Okay, it's like one string apoyando, right? One string.
It's not even an apoyando. It's an immediate down. It's going right back. So I'm doing it literally as a 30-second with two 30-second rests. That's it. You got it. Yep. You're doing great. And now you don't do it. Now you don't do it. Now the bass is the melody.
The melody.
Now here's what I do here. You got a smoking PIM arpeggio, so I wouldn't change anything. But what I do is instead of I put I and M down when I pluck P. You hear a little bit more of the triplet. So this is what it sounds like when you do it the way you did it, which is awesome. Right? And here's what I do. Do you hear how I'm putting... So I and M are preparing at the same time. Versus... Do you hear how there's just a slightly different attitude to it? So really what it is it's like you're doing I and M.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is placing I and M after I pluck P. The first time I was doing it like what you were doing where it's planting one finger at a time. Right?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Your PIMs sound great. I'm just showing you what I do there. And if the gods are watching over me, I'll try it. And you get this, it's just like a machine gun that goes brrr, it's just like it's versus if I do it the other way. And I'll try to play it where I'm not doing that. Do you hear how it's a little less clear in the bass? It's just it's a small thing. But for me, that changed everything instead of this.
Yeah. That is.
There's more drama, I think, for me when I do that. So I recommend it. I'll tell you, it won't take you very long. Based on what I just heard. And you're only doing it when the melody's in the upper voice. So for the A majors, it'll be the same thing. And when you do the AIP, what is it? Same thing. So you're just gonna pop that thumb down. That's it. Yeah, right there, bang, you did it. It just, everything starts to open up. And we hear, to me, more definition in the bass, making the top sound more like a melody. See how automatically that top voice is just doing its thing now?
Oh, yeah.
So by clarifying the bass line, what you've done is enhance the melody.
Yeah.
Just like here.
Yeah.
Right? Where the notes are. So those things will, I think, make it sound even more grandiose because now the clarification of those notes lends itself to sounding more virtuosic, I think. Right?
Does that think works like for the classical period or the classical romanticism period? Or it also could be used like in the more modern music, or
I've done this in Bach. I've done this in modern pieces. I've done it. Yeah. So when you have things in the right? Can't remember. So I hear this beep. Come on. I haven't done that one in a long time either, so I beg forgiveness.
I'm eager to learn Bach
But
this one as well.
You can hear with that thumb, when we choose to control that. And we can go too far, man. We can start doing everything all totally short. But at that speed, all you hear, same thing in Leyenda, like if we do this, sounds great, but if I put I and M down, it brightens it up just a little bit and it adds something. But you really, not the thumb, this is for the other, for the, when you're doing this. Now we have a long thumb and short fingers. Right? You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're doing there is by having the melodic voice longer and the accompaniment notes shorter, that creates a contrast that's the Miracle Grow part. It makes the melody come out more prominently with me and I having to beat the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And the same thing in the bass. We're getting this da 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 da, and then we yo da da dum be da da dum bo da da dum be da da dum, that kind of thing.
It's like live in the room for the
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you're already doing it in the C major section. You're going boom, 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 boom in the bass. You're already doing it.
This one.
Yeah. Yeah, listen. You hear how clear that is? You see how that top voice just does its own thing? Ya da da dee dum. Whereas if you were letting those ring, right? It's not as effective as what you did. Right? I love it. I'm gonna really cheat and just scoot ahead real quick and just give you a couple of notes to consider, okay?
Okay.
Watch the change to the F minor. So when you're going here, right? I guess do you have the D, F, A flat, but the F minor shape? This with the D. So as you're doing this, B flat 7, so that you get that change nice and smooth. Small thing. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. So if you slow down, da, da, yeah, all you're doing is setting it up.
Yeah.
And it adds a little bit of fun to it, right?
Yeah, and tangent, some kind of, yes. Okay. Oh, here's nothing.
Let it, you can let bum, bum. Dude, this is where you again, like the beginning, don't just go straight, right? Oh, come on, I can do better than that. Like, go nuts. Sit on that. So that you really feel like you've got the whole orchestra solo. Yeah. And that way you're keeping that whole thing going throughout this whole piece, right? Because now we get to the A major section and we're doing everything. We started again and everything's the same and life is good. Scooting ahead a couple pages. Now you do the same thing in A major. Life is good. Everything applies, right? Then we get to the A major arpeggios. Keep that thumb short. Then we get the PIM arpeggios. Keep the thumb long and the upper note short. And then we get to the coda.
Okay.
Right? Same thing, start really soft. You can start slow. Oh shoot. Get a better climb. Right? And then lay your arpeggio out. Right? I can't remember what I did here. Something like that. Now. You can let it go, but it's got to stop. It's got to stop sometime. It can go bum, or it can go ba, off. Your call. But here's the timpani, man. Boom, 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 boom. That timpanist has been waiting all like 8 minutes just to go boom, boom, right? So
Finally,
it's your call.
the timpani spot.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I think he's been going right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Bumpy. Bum bum. Bumpy. Bum bum. Bum bum.
Oh, sorry. Damn.
Now lay it out. Yeah. Now, subito piano. Yeah. Bing bum 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 bing bum 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 bing bum bum bing bum 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 bing bum bum. Yeah. Shh. And stop. Here's where you got to damp your basses like a crazy man.
Yeah.
So I'm doing them as eighths. Using the side of my thumb. Yeah, now the top you can let ring. You can do the top longer if you want. Yeah, that's it. So you have... They're not super short. I'm just playing the basses as eighths. Yeah. Now, same thing. Stop your bass. So that you have bump, 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 bump. Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was just following the notation, so it's
No,
like,
it's good.
Okay. Damn.
You can play them longer. So think about the A chord as being a little longer. Bum, ba, bum, ba, da, da, bum, ba, da, da, dum, bum, bum. What we want to make sure is that A stops though. Yeah. Now you can go cut loose at the end.
Okay, I will mention. Just
So you have. Oh God, what's that chord? There we go. Right? Now, I'm going to show you something I heard Pepe do once. I did this one time. And I think it was in like an artist diploma recital or something. And I didn't tell my teacher I was going to do it. Okay? I don't know if I can do it now. Just as written. So to PMI. I think Giuliani would approve.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if Paganini, if he wrote this, would approve like 100%, 200%. But here,
Your call. I did it on the fly. I heard Pepe do it. I practiced a little bit. I did it with, needless to say, I think my teacher afterward goes, you know, it's risky enough just trying to play these pieces. You might not want to take any more chance. Thankfully, it worked really well. I don't think I ever did it again. Right? Right? Because then I just like screw up the next chord or something. But that to me, minus that silliness we just did, those are the things that I think will take this piece and allow you, one, to approach it on a new level of playing.
yeah.
But two, on a music like just in terms of the technical control of like bonk and these, the fingers doing their thing and the thumb having absolute control over the bass articulation. But in turn, everything just got clearer, and it's like you made more headroom for expression. So like if you're mixing and like I can't get my mix really loud because there's too much low end, or the drum is too, there's too much spike from the snare. So what do? Control the low end, put a clipper on that snare drum just a little bit. I just kind of put it in a package, and now all of a sudden I just got 2 more dB of headroom.
Oh yeah.
Similar thing, except we're not doing it in volume, we're doing it in expression. So by controlling control, I don't mean like but by being in control of every single aspect of what you're doing, you've already got 95% of everything there. All I'm doing is saying, hey man, are you being consistent or thorough here? Is that bass line continue to sound like the low orchestra, or does it just, I didn't do that, or I couldn't make a choice? Go ahead and make a choice, man. Even if it's the worst choice in the world,
okay,
it's better that you made one than allowed one to happen.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Dude, you sound great, and I'll tell you, anytime that you want to play for me and we do this again, awesome. Okay?
It was like awesome. I'm so grateful. I mean, that is, especially for me now, as I'm like studied. I'm studying nowhere right now.
Well,
so I got expelled from my university, and now.
Well, I understand, and my best wishes for everything going on, because I know that's got to be hard. You know? But you're doing great, man. So I just keep it going, and I'll be happy to work with you anytime. All right, you sound awesome, and thankfully, I guess I still have a little juice in the can. I can still play. I was like, well, I don't know how this is going to go. I've been teaching since 8 this morning Eastern time, so I'm like, I'm not going to have a time to look at and warm up and so it's just going to sound how it's going to sound, But really nice, John, thank you for setting this up. I know you've got something at 3, man, but there you are. Hey, look at you with the feet up.
Of course, I'm chilling over here.
Dude, I'm going to make you do these arpeggios so I can have my feet up.
yeah. Soon it'll be Tigran helping me out with the arpeggios.
There you go.
Yeah, and like a pedagogy class someday, like the one we did yesterday. Thank you both so much for this. This was absolutely amazing.
My pleasure.
This is so insightful. Everybody in the chat is just so many exploding head emojis, and everyone's like, "This is amazing! I can't believe this is in YouTube Shorts." And things like that. So that's my.
We are setting new high point.
I'm going to ask. This is what little of my ego still remains, because I was a younger man when I played this. If you're going to take any clips, make sure it's one I nail.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And I think the same goes for Tigran too. It's like,
Totally.
Yeah. There's more notes on this page. It's like a bucket full of notes. They just kind of dump out on the floor, So
at the same time, we're streaming vertically, and so it's only the Zoom. But locally, I also have the sheet music up in the top right, and Good. I'm trying to follow along. But there were some points where I was lost, and I was like, "Oh my God, where are they?" And I'm scrolling through the whole thing, but I think I got most of it. Yeah.
This is the kind of thing where you can play these things so fast that you feel like you're going back in time. Like time and space start distorting. Notes are just going by so fast. And that's why when we were talking so much about the clarification of the articulation, if that's not there, it's just like you feel like you wake up and I don't know where I am. You'll just lose yourself in the score. Same thing with the tremolo. It's like you can play these things so fast, oh my God, I don't even know where I am.
Right. I should have thought to read the score and listen to it and realize, I'm going to be trying to live orchestrate or live show the score at the same time. But that was
it's okay.
An improv thing. But thank you both so much for this.
My absolute pleasure.
Yeah, set up another one of these sometime.
Anytime, man.
Amazing.
And Tigran, like I said, I'm happy to work with you regularly, infrequently, whatever you want, man. You're a badass. You sounded great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. John, thank you. Chris, thank you for making it.
You got it, brother.
Thank you.
Awesome. And
all right, now I'm going to go ice my hand. I'm kidding.
It's been 5 hours,
I'm going to put it in the ocean
or something.
Yeah, I started teaching at 8 a.m. And
that's more. Yeah.
Granted, I didn't start this in the morning.
Of course.
Yeah, if I were 8 o'clock, man, it'd be like, boom, 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 boom. I said, these are things for younger men. I joke.
Awesome. Well, so much thanks to everybody, both of you, everybody in the chat. We've got all the regulars.
Great.
Saying, you're all amazing. Thanks, Sean, for organizing this. So, yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Chad.
you.
Thanks,
Let's
YouTube.
Make
Thanks.
it happen again.
All right, I'm going to go jump in a lake. I'll see y'all later.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah,
Okay, bye, bye. Thank you.
All right, bye. Awesome. That was amazing. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Obviously, right? Like and subscribe. This was super fun. So have an awesome day. Bye.